Stealth Ops Gomez is in the DorkLair. Welcome to another DorkLair action figure review. Today I'm taking a look at the Mezco 112 Collective New York Comic-Con exclusive Stealth Ops Gomez. This is the fourth really different figure in the lineup of Gomez figures. They had the suited sort of secret agent, Agent Gomez. From Toy Fair, they had the street edition in jeans and a jacket for San Diego. And then they had an Asia Gold. That's some sort of distributor in Singapore, I believe. I can't remember exactly. They had an exclusive Shadow Assassin that was essentially a ninja. They did have two variants of that. They had a black and a white. So I guess in some ways, maybe this is the fifth release of Gomez, at least the fifth different kind of figure, packaging excluded, because they did have a couple different packaging variations for that agent. But so fifth one, this is essentially straight out of the comic book that they published. They had a bunch of different kind of versions of him, and this is sort of what I was referring to as the Punisher Gomez. And it's kind of fitting that he's the Punisher Gomez because one of his accessories is the Punisher vest from the, it's just a repainted or unpainted, I guess, just an all black vest from the Netflix Punisher figure. In fact, I think almost every single thing that comes in here, every part of the figure, everything that's sculpted is pretty much reuse except for the explosive. As far as I can tell, I don't think that the explosive has been released before. But that doesn't really take away from it for me. I know some people get bothered by reuse like that and repaints and things. So essentially this is a repaint type figure, but it all comes together so well that I really like it, and it's worth it to me because he just comes so fully loaded. There were a ton of accessories that I still didn't even have, even though I do have quite a few Mezcos, so very much worth it to me. This is a really cool release. So let's get into this review. The packaging on this thing is really cool. It's basically a lunchbox. It's really sweet. It's got some graphics all over the side. It's a nice, sturdy, feels really solid kind of tin lunchbox with all sorts of images from that comic book. So you can see that they also have, potentially, they're going to do like an Ultraman one, a Samurai one. In fact, the Samurai images in the comic book are photographs. So they've at least done a prototype or, a mock-up of a Samurai one. And then, of course, you have the current one right here. So the Punisher Gomez, as I was calling it when I first read the book. But pretty cool tin. It's got that exclusive sticker. It's got some sort of like bullet holes in there. Mezco information on the bottom. But yeah, this is a really cool package. I know some people that have been talking about like getting an extra one so they can actually like pack their lunch in it and bring it into work every day. But yeah, really neat stuff. This kind of reminds me of that Popeye tin, just really creative and interesting packaging. All right, so starting off with the sculpt, paint, and details on Gomez, you have the same standard head as the other figures. This is sort of the more like cartoony looking head. This one actually looks like a character with a mouth and, it has like a personality to it as opposed to the other ones that are a little more insect animal like. But it is pretty much all black. There are a few different little variations in the paint. So the eye, I'm just going to move my light around here. The eye is a translucent thing, and it's got like all the little hatchwork in there for the million insect eyes. So that's pretty cool. And then obviously, as you can see, reflections and stuff, it's a super glossy eye as well. And then the head itself is not just a solid black. I mean, it is a solid black, but it's got like a little bit of a dry brushing over the top to make it sort of gray-like, or I don't know. It's got a nice little kind of texturing to it, the way it looks right there. And that kind of matches up a little bit with the way the vest looks. And I know this is the Punisher vest, and I've heard people complain like, oh God, it just looks like the Punisher vest. But unpainted, to me, the shape of the face in the vest kind of stops here and looks less like a skull and almost more like a mosquito or sort of insect bug-like. So I actually think the vest kind of works there. And it's a super detailed vest. I don't have that Punisher, but there's a lot of detail in this vest, and I kind of want that Punisher now because this is a pretty sweet vest. The back looks sort of fabric-y, like leathery, and then the front looks sort of armored. And then you can see like all of the little separations between what would be the pieces and panels and pouches and stuff are all, they're all like a glossier black. So there's a lot of contrast going on in the vest. And then he's got a holster here that functions for his sidearm, his pistol, and he's got a sheath for his like hunting knife in the back there, a couple pouches. These are not functional, but you know, these are basically like little pouches on the side that are glued on or something. The vest does remove, and I'll kind of show him with the vest off in a minute as I get down to the figure here. The pants have pockets kind of like stitched on there. Lots of great little details on the pants. And he is all black, and he collects a lot of lint though, so that's like one thing. But getting down into the boots here. I'm trying to remember what boots these were from. If these were from the Special Ops Punisher or what, I can't remember. But he does have the magnets on the bottom because he comes with the hoverboard as well. So yeah, so let me take this vest off and you can see kind of what the shirt looks like and the rest. So there's three pegs right here. Those are the pegs poking through that you can see the little round dots there that will pull out. So all you gotta do is just peel those off and the vest comes right off like that. And there you can see him with the vest off, and the vest is, you know, it's a nice piece and it's a very soft sort of pliable plastic. So he does get a little bit of articulation in there with the vest on, but quite a bit more with the vest off. And here's how he looks with it off. So quite a skinny guy. He's got wearing a turtleneck here. You can see that's sort of, tailored well. So you can see his turtleneck there. There's the seam on that side, I believe. It's hard to see in the black here through the camera and stuff, but yeah. So it's basically like a stretchy kind of sweater, almost like shirt here, and it's very plain. There's nothing else on there. Just a solid black shirt, turtleneck style. So yeah, I think he looks overall like pretty good with that look right there. Like taking the vest off doesn't make him look weird the same way. Some figures might look odd if you take like a piece of armor off that's not really supposed to come off, but he looks really good this way, and it's pretty cool. Like you can put the backpack on him to break up that solid black shirt and have some different looks without the vest on there. So it's a nice option. I guess one thing I didn't cover is the belt. So you can see the belt over here that's glued onto the pants. I think it's glued on the side over here, but looks pretty good. And it's kind of has these faux loops that are on there. And yeah, so the pants look great. Everything about the figure looks really, really nice. It's just a well-executed piece. All right, so bringing in a couple other figures to see how he looks next to the other Gomez figure. So I don't have the Shadow Assassin ones. I only have the two regular U.S. releases. So on the left-hand side, we have the Agent Gomez, and on the right, we have the Street Gomez. And then a couple other Mezco figures. So here is the other New York Comic Con exclusive, the Batman. I don't have Black Mask because I split the set with my friend. And then there is the new Cyclops figure. So you can see how he looks next to those two. And then a couple other lines. We have a Marvel Legends Iron Man. We have a Black Series Tarkin. See how he looks next to those. He's pretty big. You can see how he kind of towers over Tarkin like that. And he's quite bigger than Iron Man, yeah. And finally, a couple Mythic Legions. We have a 1.0 style figure and then a 2.0 style figure. So he kind of looks like he fits in pretty well with the 2.0 Mythic Legions. For accessories, he comes with a whole bunch of hands. So he's got these two fists already on there. And then he's got these open hands, sort of splayed out kind of look here. Action pose type hands. And then he's got some trigger finger hands. So he's got 1, 2, and then he's got this third one over here for holding the various different guns and stuff. And then he's got a couple just standard gripping hands without the trigger fingers on there for gripping the sword and knife and things like that. This hand is for holding the grenade. It fits in there perfectly. And then this is a pointing finger. He's got a 2-fingered pointing hand. He's got a hand for cradling the barrel of a rifle. And he's got a middle finger, and I put it upside down because I feel like Gomez would flip you off upside down. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to get through all these accessories because there are just a ton of them. And if I try to be super careful with all of them, they're just going to take forever. So here's his alternate head. This is sweet. This is like the regular sort of ant-looking insect head that they all seem to come with. But I really like the paint job on this one. It's got like white mostly. And then it's got sort of like this black kind of in the cracks and stuff. And then his mouth is black, which just makes it super creepy. But I really like the look of this because it breaks up all the solid black. It just looks so cool with this head on there. Awesome head. And then the roach head is this one. So same sculpt as before. This one's more of a gray than a black. It's a little lighter color than the regular head here. So that one as well. And then I don't think these antennae come off of this one, but they do come off the other ones. Of course, as I already showed, the vest is one of the accessories, essentially. He comes with a boom box, so this one's all black, but there's different kind of shades of black or different sort of finishes on there. Somebody noted in the Mezco Discord group or the Figure Collective group that all of the radios seem to be tuned to the same station. And of course, like the other ones, this is a functional handle, but then what it also does is it locks the lid down. So once you flip the handle up, you can actually open this up, and it's got storage inside. And it does come with these little like insert pieces so that you can put different like weapons. You can store the entire breakdown rifle inside there. So some options there. It's really neat piece for him to come with. And I think all of the Gomez's have come with the boombox, which is actually according to the comics, is like a sentient being. It actually has like a mind. It's almost reminds me of like a mother box or something like that. He comes with a duffel bag. It's like a shiny, leathery looking duffel bag. This is one I'm not sure. I mean, maybe the other, I think there's another figure that like the Punisher that comes with a duffel bag, I think. But I don't think it's shiny like this. It's a little bit different. So that's a unique piece right there. Speaking of storage, he does come with the black backpack that the other ones came with. And the backpack's pretty functional. You can store a lot of stuff in there. You can put the hoverboard in here. So let me see the hoverboard. So the hoverboard right here, and the hoverboard's also got a couple different kind of shades of that, like different shiny and flat black. And again, the hoverboard is magnetic, so you can store that there. Lots of different things you can stick into this backpack, and it looks really good on him. And I do like to pose him on the shelf with the backpack there. He comes with the two suction cups that also came with Diabolique. And like the comic version of Agent Gomez, he does come with the red scarf from the Samurai Ronin Wolverine figure. For weapons, he comes with this awesome bow. I'm assuming this is the same bow that came with Green Arrow. It's pretty sweet. I don't have Green Arrow to check, but I'm assuming it is. Pretty awesome bow. It's got a stretchy piece right here, so you can actually pose him firing his arrows. And then he comes with a couple different arrows. So he's got two arrows that you can actually kind of use and have him firing. One of them looks almost like a big explosive tip, and then you've got just sort of a regular looking arrow. You can see the fletching on this end. Little shininess there on the fletching. And then he comes with a whole quiver of arrows that you can kind of stick in his backpack, like coming out of his backpack or out of the duffel bag or something like that. He comes with two of these grenade canisters, and they're kind of painted in the same way that the white head is, with like that same kind of like dirty white paint on top, and they've got these little skull faces on them. Love these little guys, and he has the hand that they fit perfectly into. He's got the Gomez sword. Great little item right here. Very thin little sword. Be careful with that. And it's got a little strap with a little tiny buckle so that you can kind of get it on and off of him. Right there. It's a functional little buckle right there. A little nylon strap, and again with the black matte and the shiny finish. A couple of details there. He's got this rifle, and I believe this is the same rifle that came with Deathstroke. And he comes with this sort of submachine gun. It's got a futuristic look to it. I'm not exactly sure who came with this one, or maybe this is a new sculpt. I'm not totally sure. If you know, let me know in the comments below who actually originally came with this one. He's also got the same rifle that you can take apart. It's got all these little pieces that will disassemble, and you can kind of have it in different modes. So if you want it to be just like a smaller kind of rifle, this almost reminds me like Han Solo's DL-44 or whatever, or like something like that. You can have it in different modes as well, so pretty cool. Comes with sort of a regular standard little handgun, little pistol right here. And all of these guns, I'm kind of going quickly through them, but they all have the little magazine that you can kind of take out and put back in. And my favorite weapon that he comes with, besides the bow, I really like the bow, but like my favorite kind of standard Gomez weapon is this. This is Gomez's little blaster. It's so cool. I love this little guy, and it's painted well. Like even though it's all black, it's got the different kind of finishes going on. So a neat little piece. And he comes with a hunting knife, probably like the same knife that Captain America, maybe Punisher come with. And he comes with some extra magazines, some spares, so you can have him like reloading or just in case you lose one. And then he also comes with this extra suppressor. He's got the grapple hook from, I believe, the original Dark Knight Returns Batman. And he's got 3 different blast effects. So he's got a single bullet, he's got a big old blast, shotgun blast type thing, and then he's got a triple machine gun kind of thing going on. He's got a tiny little watch that fits right on his wrist there. If you pop his hand off, you can pop the watch right on. Actually, this is so small that I missed it. I just completely forgot to do it in my other Agent Gomez review. And then he's got this piece here, which I'm not sure if it came with another figure or if this is a unique piece for him, like a brand new sculpt, or maybe it's going to be with a figure down the road. But it's got the C4 pack right here, and then it comes with the detonator with a little antenna on there right here. So pretty cool little piece right there. He's got a set of stickers, kind of like last time. So you've got that one, and then you've got a few different ones. And then he comes with the usual 5-inch Mezco stand. It's got a little Gomez face on there, and he comes, of course, with the flight arm as well. And last but not least, go over the articulation on Gomez, and this dude is very articulated, just like the other Gomez figures. I really hope they start using this sort of Spider-Man type body on a lot of the other figures and phase out some of those single jointed pieces. But his head can rock back that far, and then it can rock forward just an incredible amount. Lots of movement in that base of the neck and then at the top of the neck, and he can nod side to side, and just so much expressive neck articulation. I really appreciate that. His shoulder can rotate up just beyond what you would ever expect from a figure like this. Just so good all the way around, just so smooth, just lots of good movement. It's a rotation up in the bicep, double jointed elbows come all the way up, just incredible amount of just motion here. He's got a hinge and swivel at the wrist, lots of great movement there. His torso has an excellent amount of articulation. He can crunch forward at the upper torso. This is just the upper right now. He can crunch forward this far and then back that far. So that's quite a bit of range. It can twist at that top piece as well. And then the bottom has crunch too. So if you really want to get him crunched forward, he can go that far forward and he can go back just beyond what you would ever really need. It's kind of crazy how well articulated it is. Okay, and then so he can twist at the waist as well. At the hips, he can kick forward, way up. Just such good articulation on this guy. And again, pardon the lint, it's just coming off of me. It's just everywhere. And he's black, so it's hard to deal with. And he can kick back this far. He can do the splits out way wide. He's got a twist at the top of the leg, and then his knees are double jointed. The boots can spin at the top of the boot, and then it can also spin a little bit down at where the shoe meets the boot. And then there's not a ton of rocking up and down on it, but a little bit, and then it can rock side to side. Not a ton either. But again, Mezcos aren't known for their ankle articulation in particular, but pretty good. One thing to note that there's been starting to do a lot of figures with the peg hole on the toe or on the ball of the foot rather than the heel. I much prefer it on the heel in terms of just stability and getting imposed on that stand. I do have some figures that kind of fall over because that thing is just not there in the right spot, in my opinion. One thing to note, there's a little bit of shoulder butterfly action going on. Not a ton though, but a little bit there. So yeah, this guy is super, super articulated. He's just got so much good movement. You can get him in some awesome poses. Just a really cool, expressive guy. Even with the vest on, the articulation is actually not terrible with the vest on. It's just awesome. Just a great figure. And I think this is probably going to be one that's going to become pretty hard to find just because it's an exclusive and it's just so fully loaded. It just seems like a value because it comes with so much, even though it is sort of all kind of like repainted reuse type stuff. That doesn't bother me at all. I think this figure is awesome. So yeah, so in terms of do I have a favorite Gomez? I'm not sure if I have a favorite one yet, but I'm just going to put them out here so you can see them together one more time. These are the 3 that I have. So you've got the Agent, you've got the Stealth, and then you've got the regular street version. I don't know. I really love the colors of the street version. I think I like all the accessories and just all of the really cool, awesome tactical stuff of the stealth version. And I don't know. They're all really neat, and it's hard to pick one. But let me know which one's your favorite. Which one do you like the most? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching my review, and until next time, may the force be with you.